Guys, the impossible is happening. Beerus is being defeated, but there is a way to stop Hiroki, Yamoshi's ex-husband, and it is using a holy sword called Excalibur. But who will use it? Let's hit the goal of 3,000 likes on this movie so that we can release the next episode in sequence that's already done. So grab your popcorn and soda and come with me in this epic video. In the 7th universe. Currently on the planet Namek, it was possible to see that the planet where the Namekians lived, a real war was ongoing between Beerus, the god of destruction of the 7th universe, and the one who should be the most powerful in his universe, was on the ground without strength, completely defeated by the last being coming from another dimension. His name was Kyu, a humanoid being with the appearance of a fox. Kyu, after showing some of his true capabilities in that fight, he realized that Beerus, even having the title of God of Destruction, he was not that powerful, and because of that, he refused to believe that someone like Beerus had defeated his friends and family. After all, they were all powerful, not as much as him, but they all still had a power superior to Beerus, and that made Kyu uncomfortable. Kyu thought, "This power level of Beerus is too weak for him to have defeated my friends and family alone. Did he have any help? It's that Saiyan called Yamoshi. She's more powerful than Beerus. It was she who helped him. No, she never managed to leave this planet, or if not, Hiroki would have found her in the past. But anyways, that means Beerus had to have received help from someone else, or he had a hidden power. That, for some reason, he didn't show in our battle. But regardless of that, it's better for me to eliminate him at once and avenge my companions who are no longer with us," thought the fox while concentrating his energy on one of his hands, and then raising one of his hands, a sword of energy mixed with his blue flame ended up forming a key sword, and with that Kyu lowered his sword towards Beerus's neck. But inches away between the sword and the neck of Beerus, the sword ended up being stopped. Kyu thought, "No, ending him now would be boring, and it wouldn't be a good battle, where I could really have the honor of saying that I avenged my teammates. After all, they would want to see an exciting fight. And this fight was extremely boring and dull, so I'll have to wait for him to pass, recover, and become more powerful. And while that doesn't happen, I'll go after the other gods of destruction in search of avenging my other companions," thought the fox while looking at Beerus and feeling sorry for the pitiful state he was in. And because of that, the sword of flames that was in Kyu's hands ended up breaking into energy particles. Kyu said, "You're so weak that I even feel sorry for you. So even if I wish to end you today, I will let you live with this shame and humiliation. So if you want to get rid of this shame, become stronger to face it again in the future. And until that day comes, I will hunt down all your fellow gods of destruction, so you can feel the pain of losing a companion. And after I hunt you down, I will go after the Daishinken, so you better get strong soon. Or if not, it's all their fault ceasing to exist will be yours, and yours alone. Because you didn't do the job, as you should, Beerus, god of destruction of the 7th universe," said the fox after crouching down and holding Beerus's head, forcing him to face him, because even though Beerus was very hurt, he was still conscious enough to hear Kyu's words. Beerus thought, "That bastard. I have to get stronger. I need power. I need to get stronger," thought the god of destruction as he looked at Kyu and felt the great difference in power between the two. Kyu said, "I'll be waiting for our reunion, Beerus. Until then, he becomes more powerful to be able to provide me with a truly glorious battle, which will be remembered for ages, and which will leave our names engraved in history. Until then, become strong, god of destruction, and don't let me down," the fox said before throwing Beerus's body in the air, and then hit him with a kick, making him go against the ground, forming a small crater. Kyu thought, "It seems that Hiroki and Yamoshi stopped what they were doing to observe my fight against Beerus. If we can call that a fight I had with Beerus, because what happened here was just a humiliation and not a fight between the both of us," he thought as he looked in a certain direction and saw the two Saiyans looking in his direction, and with that the fox simply disappeared and reappeared beside Hiroki. Hiroki said, "I thought you were going to finish him. When Beerus said he eliminated all his family and friends, if he had to, he would do it again. Don't tell me you gained empathy for the god of destruction, or did you feel sorry for him?" Kyu said, "Ending him now in the state he would be in would be a boring thing in my opinion, and I'm not in the mood to end him now. My race has had enough honor to not attack the weak unless provoked. So I'm leaving him alive today so he can use the shame and humiliation I put him through as fuel to train and become stronger for me. After all, I want a good fight, and that's the only way I'll eliminate him. But if he doesn't train, I'll have to finish him off without a good fight. But I don't want that to happen. After all, it wouldn't be fun to crush someone weak, said the fox while looking at Hiroki, who just chuckled, hearing those words coming from Kyu's mouth. Hiroki spoke. Even if you're not a Saiyan, you talk and think like one, and that's fun. Because the way the two of us are getting along well, he said, before composing himself and looking to the side, seeing that Yamoshi was still there paralyzed. Kyu said, we get along well because we both have common goals, and neither of us is weak. Now you better finish off what you came to do here so we can leave soon. I have to go to the other universes to look for my companions who are still alive, and hunt the gods of destruction. So solve your problem with your wife or ex-wife, I don't care, and let's go, said the fox while looking at the Saiyan, who just laughed a little more, and then started walking towards Yamoshi, who put himself in a combat posture. Hiroki, at a speed above the speed of light, advanced against Yamoshi, hitting her with a punch. But that blow had been defended by the ancestor of the Saiyans, who crossed her arms to defend herself from the blow that ended up throwing her back with a certain pain. But Yamoshi, upon seeing that, uncrossed his arms and advanced towards Hiroki. And as he approached Hiroki, she launched several attacks with punches and kicks, using a great level of strength and speed. But Hiroki was fast enough to dodge the blows, and proving that he was playing with her, Hiroki ended up letting Yamoshi land a kick that ended up hitting his abdomen, making him go backwards. But on Hiroki's face there was no sign of pain or irritation, and that made Yamoshi even more irritated. Yamoshi, even knowing that it could be useless, she shot several blasts of energy towards Hiroki, who just stood there receiving all the attacks that ended up self-destructing when they came into contact with his skin. But because of those energy attacks, he ended up making a big curtain of dust, which prevented Hiroki from seeing Yamoshi, and with that in mind, the ancestor of the Saiyans advanced towards Hiroki and tried to punch him. But even Hiroki not seeing the Saiyan's attack, Hiroki managed to lower his head, dodging Yamoshi's attack, and before Yamoshi could dodge, she ended up receiving a punch in the stomach, which made the Saiyan ancestor spit a little saliva. Then she fell to the ground with pain in her stomach, causing Yamoshi to return to his base form. Hiroki said, "It looks like you really can't be as powerful as you were in the past, Yamoshi. But don't worry, because today I'm going to finish you off, or something like that. Because this here is boring, since you don't have the slightest intention of killing me, and that's annoying in my view. After all, facing someone who doesn't want to fight is dull, just like Kyu said before. So I'll let you live for now," said the Saiyan while looking at his ex-wife on the floor, who raised her head just to stare at him. Hiroki said, "I might not eliminate you today, but I already know what we're going to do. I'm going to leave you and those people that you must like in peace for a few days. But after Q solves his problems, I'll come back and I'll finish you and all the beings on this planet. So either you start wanting to face me with the intention to kill, or all those beings you like will be eliminated," said the Saiyan, who placed his hand carefully on Yamoshi's face and brought his lips closer to Yamoshi's mouth, and that made the Saiyan's ancestor afraid and angry at the same time. Kukuan thought, "It seems that this Hiroki is more dangerous than I was thinking, but if I'm not mistaken, there's a certain weapon that can finish him off. Since he's an evil deity and this weapon can finish him off easily, since this weapon destroys everything that is evil," thought the Namekian, who was flying over the planet's clouds, while he thought, "Until we finally remember the name of the weapon." Kukuan thought, "If I remember correctly, the name of the weapon is Excalibur," thought the Namekian as he remembered the name of the sacred sword capable of destroying all that is evil for eternity. With that, we end today's video. If you want to see the continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes in the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you another day, guys!